The series showcases a young boy, Drew, making his way back home with his brother Trent. He was surprised to see the hunter's moon because they haven't seen one in years. They bid greetings to a friend of theirs, Aaron, just before getting home. On getting home, their mom Teely quickly ushered them in. Teely spoke with her husband because she was terrified on seeing the hunter's moon, so her husband figured it was now time to inform Drew of his true identity. He told Teely to inform him after dinner. At the dining table, Drew began exhibiting symptoms. His hands began getting bigger when exposed to moonlight, and his eyes changed color, so his dad realized now was the time and took Trent out to go fetch some wood, leaving Drew with his mom. Before his mom could tell him anything, a massive creature invaded their home and attacks. Teely tried to protect her son and got hurt while her husbands heard the screams and began rushing home. Drew tried protecting his mom, and the creature flees on hearing the sounds at the door. Just before Teely died, she told him to run to Brackenholmes and meet someone called Duke Bergen. The father broke into the house, and on seeing Drew with his mother's body, he accused him of murder and chased him along with Trent. The whole village chased him, including Aaron, and on realizing it's either hunt or be hunted, he flees to the woods. There he climbs a tree and spotted a man training Whitley, a young girl, to be a scout. He hands her a map to Brackenholmes as she was going there. Whitley heard sounds in the woods, so she set a trap by dropping her map, and as Drew tried to retrieve it, he was trapped. Whitley tried to find out who Drew was, but on realizing he was no threat, she cut him loose and began heading to Brackenholm. Drew wanted to follow her, but she refused because she felt the Warelord, Duke Bergen, wouldn't want to mingle with someone like him. Nevertheless, he still followed, and while trying to convince her, she realized she was in the lair of the Wildermen, and as she tries to move out slowly, her master pops out. He was hurt by the poisoned arrows fired by the Wildermen. In a moment, the Wildermen attack, and they tried defending themselves. During the process, the map to Brackenholmes was engulfed in flames, so Whitley removed the poisoned arrow from her master body and decides to obtain a yellow stem to save him, as he was the only one that knew the way now. Meanwhile, Trent was with his father trying to figure out why Drew will do something like that, as his father tried explaining to him that he wasn't like them. Lion troopers arrived at the village as the villagers seemed weary of them except for Trent, who tried to assist them in their investigations. They got to the spot where the yellow stem was as Drew climbed the tree to go get it. After retrieving some, he was attacked by a monster-like spider as it began to wrap him, ready to eat. Whitley noticed what was happening, and as she spotted Drew's glowing eyes, she quickly climbed the tree, swinging her sword to save him. Drew was able to break out from his restraints and delivers a powerful blow to the monster, sending it flying. The master was treated, and she was delighted on realizing that Drew was a werelord. She also demonstrated that she was a bear lord, stating it takes one to know one. But Drew didn't know anything about himself and told her. His word made him promise to go to Brackenholmes to see Duke Bergen. Whitley decides to tell him a story of how the 7 realms of Lisha, consisting of sharks, bears, rats, and others, had their own werelord, but they all pledge allegiance to the wolves, bringing an era of peace for centuries until the lions came around and destroyed them. Everyone lost someone they love, marking an era of tyranny for the lions, and to restore peace, they need a wolf back in charge. Their master woke up at that moment and was terrified on seeing the dead orb spider. The Wildermen worship it, and they had to run because they killed the Wildermen god and will be hunted for it. They were already at Brackenholmes when they got ambushed by the Wildermens, and while defending themselves, something grabbed Drew. It turns out it was the creature that killed his mom. Whitley got her master in the horse, and they tried to get past the gate while Drew didn't want to die, so he used his powers and was able to free himself from its grip. Drew was outnumbered by the Wildermen when suddenly a massive bear lord appeared and began taking out the Wildermen one after the other. The bear lord was extremely powerful as he chased the Wildermen out and embraced Whitley as he was her father. Whitley introduced Drew as a werelord, but she didn't get the reaction she was expecting as her father ordered him to be thrown out because the lions were around. Drew didn't want to feel hunted again, so he transformed to a massive wolf and began taking out the guards as Whitley went to meet him. Whitley's father wasn't pleased with what he had done, so he grabs Drew and drags him inside. Stay tuned for more episodes of Wolf King on its mythical, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more mind-blowing recaps like this. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.